Take this. Hey guys, welcome back to a totally unscripted video again. I'm back with a new, let's call it, I don't like to call it camera review, camera opinion, if you want to call it like that, because I don't think I'm a reviewer. I just like to talk about my experiences. And last weekend I just bought a quote-unquote new camera. So it's a new film camera, not new obviously, but new for me. Well, not that new. I already have two of these, if not mistaken, and I had some experience with them, and I would like to share some thoughts about them and a sort of best or recommendations on when to buy, what you should look after when buying one. So this camera has two quirks. A couple of quirks. I'm just going to show the camera. You probably know what camera I'm talking about because it's on the actual video title. But anyways, here it is. It's the Yashica Electro 35. YouTube has a lot of already videos about this camera, so I'm not going to be too boring about it. You have on the web also tons of technical information about this camera, so I will not bother you with what it works or what's not, or what does what. That's thoroughly documented. But what you need to know, it's a rangefinder camera. Okay, it's a true rangefinder, not a viewfinder camera, like I did on some previous videos. It has a really fast lens with 1.7. It has a 1.7 lens, really fast, really sharp. And it's an aperture priority only camera, so that's all you need to know. Okay, so rangefinder, 1.7 lens, really sharp, really clean, nice contrast and everything, and it's a aperture priority only camera. Okay, so all the details, you can find them online. They are thoroughly there. I just want to share, guys, a couple of details that you should know about this camera that are not that clear on the YouTube videos or on the web. So this is the GS version, okay, which means they have been through several revisions, and the major difference, in my opinion, it's the hot shoe. In this case, it's a cold shoe. We have here a PC sync slot, so it's not a big deal of being a cold shoe. So more recent reviews of this camera have a hot shoe, and it's a leaf shutter, so it means that it can sync on any speed. So it goes all the way up to 500th of a second. It could be better, it could be faster, but it's enough for most users. So that's all I need to know. I just want to add a couple of things about this camera which I think you should know before you actually buy the camera. So I bought this camera really cheap. It cost me 20 euros. Well, it could be even cheaper, but what am I gonna do? So I think it was worth it, just because one detail. So let's start. Let's start with this detail. So if you are willing to buy all you want camera, this is a very popular camera because it's a rangefinder and it's an aperture priority camera, so it's really nice for street photography. Some people like to use it for street photography. I do also. So I'm going to pop a couple of images I took with this camera. This one here, because as I said, this is not my first Electro 35, but I'm going to post a couple of images that I took with this specific camera. So without further ado, let me talk about two details you need to know about this camera. So let's say you are at a thrift shop or you are in a street fair and you see the camera. It looks nice and clean. Mine, it's really clean. It could be better, obviously, but this camera, it's a 40-year-old camera. What you're going to do? So it's really nice. The lens is nice. It works fine. So what do I do first when I'm trying to decide if I'm going to buy this camera or not? It's really simple. You just take the film advance and just advance it. Take a shot as usual. It's fine. But one detail. When you advance, check this out. You hear that this clank? So if the camera clanks, it means you're already 70% on your way to buy the camera. Check the usual. The lens, if it's clean. Mine needed to have the light seals changed, it was a 10-minute job, no worries there. But this is the main issue. If you advance the film and this clank does not occur, then I will advise you not to buy it, because this clank, it's the camera resetting the automatic meter. So this is how the camera resets the meter or activates the meter, or both. So if the camera does not clank, it means it's not fully operational. It can be fixed. I have fixed a couple of these and sold them both. I'm keeping this one because the other ones were black. This one is silver. I like it better. So I'm going to keep this one because it was 20 euros. It's fully functional. Already tested it. I changed light seals and it has the clank. If the Electro 35 does not clank, you have two options. Either get the price lower or just leave it there. Okay? Because if it does not clank and you have to fix it yourself, and it's not easy to fix, okay? You need to take everything apart, and you need to fix a little knob that resets the natural meter. So there is a little rubber part that deteriorates through time and stops doing this effect, and the camera is useless, okay? So you can buy it really cheap and send it to be fixed, or fix it yourselves. I have fixed a couple and sold them both for a profit, but I'm keeping this one because this one is working without any changes. So I did not open this one. It is as is. I just changed the light seals, and the second part is the battery. I'll get there in a second. So if it clanks, then you are good to go, and you should then decide to buy it. So if the camera does not clank, it's not fully functional. So just leave it there, or try to bring the price really low, because you need to fix it, or send it to someone to fix it. So this is number one. Number two, the actual battery. Oh, and I bought mine with the pouch and with the original strap, and the camera lens, the lens cap. Okay. So for 20 euros, I really cannot complain. I was sitting there, it clanked, so I was almost there. The second thing to check, it's the actual battery compartment. So this is a fully automatic camera, so it only works on aperture priority. So I just got my trusty coin and I just unscrewed. So this was my second test. So first I checked the cosmetics and the lens, and everything was fine. Then it clanked, then I was happy. Then I just opened it, the battery compartment, and this was still there. Let me just put my camera down for a second. Here. Okay. So the original battery was still there, which I found it funny, and it was in perfect condition, and even better, the actual battery compartment still is nice and clean. So no corrosion, no damages. Everything was nice and clean, including the actual cap. So I was happy. So I didn't have, and the battery, this battery which was there, it's dead. So it was not good enough for me to test if the camera was fully functional. So the clank, it's a good sign, but this is the original battery. This is a V164PX, something like that, and it's a 5.6 volt battery. Okay, let me see if my camera can focus on this. Come on. So it's not focusing. Here it is. Okay, so the battery was and still is dead, so I was not able to test the camera. Well, the shutter operates. The shutter operates at 1/50th, 500th of a second. Sorry, it's stop speed without the battery. So the self timer was working. The shutter was working at its top speed. So things were looking good. I was not sure if the actual meter was functional because of the missing battery. So I took my chances. 20 euros. It clanked. Lens is very, very clean. The shutter was operating at top speed. Everything was looking fine. I noticed that I had to change the light seals, but that's a 20-minute job, 10 minutes job. It's no worries there. The rangefinder was nice and functional, and the self timer too. So everything was fine. I just was not able to test the actual shutter without the battery. Without the battery, and since this is a 5.6 volt battery, it's kind of impossible to find something equivalent today. Not equivalent, exactly the same. And so I did what I did with my previous Yashica 35s. So I just got one of these ones, So this is the LR123s. Okay, this one here. So this is a 3-volt battery. So I need to work myself up to 5.6. So this is a LR123. LR123. Is it an LR? I think so. It's a 123 battery, LR, I think. Yeah, no, sorry, CR battery, is it CR123. So this is a 3-volt battery. So I need to build my way up to 5.6 or close to that. So what I do is I stacked two LR44s like that. So I have here some tape. So I stacked a couple of LR44s, and which means I am close enough to actually put some juice on the camera. So first I just so the plus sign, it's on the top. So we have here a little sticker, yellow sticker showing you that. So the plus goes up. So one CR123, two LR44s. They sit something like that. So I just need to jam the cap like this. So at this time I was already home, and I was eager to see if things were working or not. So I just screw this. So one CR123 into LR44s. Then I just need to push the test, and the frame counter should light up like this one here. So as you can see, it works great. Then I just advance the film. I set this to f16 or something like that, and I set my exposure here to auto, f16. Then I just push the shutter button halfway to see if the lights go on. So this one is lighting up, saying it's too slow, which makes sense because my ISO it's at 200. Sorry, yeah, 200. So it's saying it's too slow. So I'm not going in detail about the operation. So I just need to set this to something a little more wider aperture. So now it's fine, and it shuts and it fires. See? So I'm putting it back to f16, so it's probably going to show me too slow. So I need to put it to something more, a wider aperture. It's shut down, so it's clear to go. Let me see if I can make it shine to the overexposure setting. So it's now over. I need to close it, and it works fine. So if you are willing to buy one of these are great cameras. They have a great lens. I think I already popped some images about with it. Just be sure to check the obvious, the lens, if it's clean, it's not. The clank. The clank is critical. If it does not clank, ask for a lower price, and be sure to fix it yourself or send it to someone to fix it. So let me just, to finish up, pop this open. So I had to change the light seals all around here and here. No big deal. It was a 10-minute, 20-minute job tops, and it works great. So to review, check the clank, and when you get home, make sure you get a CR123 and two LR44s, stack them, and check if the light goes off. If it does, like it's going off here, it should be fine. Then test all the shutter speeds and all that good stuff. So I hope you find this informative. Go out and find yourself one for yourself. It's great, and buy it for cheap. I paid 20 euros, so that's cheap enough for me. And I see you next time. Thank you.